Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today, checking out some more American beer that is fairly easy accessible. It's got big distribution and it's not independent anymore. But it's from Cigar City, a brewery that was near and dear to my heart back in the day. I loved Cigar City. It was one of the early breweries for me that was super into in terms of trading and all these things. Last year, I did a revisit to Alai, which was really nice. And then I did the Alai Double IPA, which was in a huge tall boy can, which is a bit much. These guys are owned by the Monster Energy Drink Company. It's a subsidiary they have called Canarchy. And last year they closed the original location in Florida. Is it Tampa? Is it Tampa? I feel like it's Tampa, Florida, right? Does it even say on here anymore? There's like no address. It just says statements of analysis. That does say Tampa, Florida. It says it's brewed in can there, so maybe this is from there. But yeah, this is a Alai Light. I think this might have been, I'm not sure if it's the same beer, but they also did Alai Low. And this is doing a light IPA. Only 120 calories, which is like most beers around this ABV, 4%. It's usually around that territory. But yeah, 4%, I guess it's a session IPA, although actually they call it American Light IPA on their website. And they put it as an American IPA on Untappd. 4%, I guess. You know, everyone's making new styles, but session IPA. Unless they're actually trying to do calorie reduction, like in light beers, with like really high attenuation and stuff. But it's part of a Alai Variety Pack, and it's hopped with Amarillo, Cascade, Centennial, CDC, and Simcoe. So CDC Columbus. So in the mix bag, you get Alai with pineapple and tangerine. You get high low, or maybe now Alai Light, and also the white oak Alai. And white oak Alai was also one that was really popular, I remember. But old school hops in here. I'm just guessing this is going to be very similar to Alai IPA. I'm guessing it's going to be also, similar to other American IPAs we get in Europe around this territory, like for example, Founders All Day, which is a beer I used to have quite a lot actually if I was going out in college to parties and stuff. But yeah, let's check this one out. So it looks like Alai, slightly hazy orange color, off-white head. Let's check out the aroma. It definitely smells like a light version. I think this smells pretty good actually. Smells like that kind of more old school take on American IPA. It's definitely fruity and almost juicy. It's got like a bit of a sugar-coated pink grapefruit note, and orange and tangerine. It smells much better than I expected, really. There's no tea leafy old flavors or anything. And this is also a fairly fresh can. This is, for an import like this, I think it was less than 3 months. Or maybe it's just 3 months. But it smells light. You can feel like there's not a lot of body to this. It's like a good amount of hop aromatics on there. But grapefruit and tangerine notes really shine. Maybe there's a touch of sweet mango too, but smells pretty nice, actually. Let's try it. Cheers. I mean, what can you expect for ABV? It's really flat and watery. Like, it's almost as if you did a really malty light lager that you put in a good amount of hops, really. I'd rather just drink less regular Alai than I'd like to drink this. But I guess it just falls into the American palate with these kind of light beers. I think some American light lagers can be fun once in a while to drink, but it's mostly like in party settings. Like it can be a guilty pleasure for me. Man, it's so watery. It's more watery than All Day IPA. It is one of the most watery and weak-bodied beers I've had in a long time. But the original gravity is also not high. It's only 9.7 Plato. So if this is 4%, it must be it's like around the ones or something like that in terms of final gravity. There is a touch of toasty caramelly notes to it as well. A touch of that juiciness, tangerine notes. Definitely tangerine and sugar-coated pink grapefruit is the big thing. Maybe a touch of that sweet mango. Drying pithy citrus. Maybe touches of pine. But like everything just falls flat. It's just like I'd rather just have less IPA and drink If it's Alai I want, I'd just rather drink Alai. This is pretty, like, it's not like terrible, but it's just like, it's just a weak and underwhelming version of Alai, really. The body on this is crap, really. I've had German beers, lagers. Okay, maybe not 4, maybe a little bit stronger. So, but I've had session, like I've had low alcohol or just like beers in around 4 to 3, maybe even 2.5 range that's had better bodies than this. Like, it's probably because it's attenuated really well and really dry, because it feels dry in the mouth. And the bitterness on this, it also seems a bit lighter than regular Alai. But yeah, it's kind of whatever, really. But it drinks fine. It doesn't taste old or anything. It's just like, it's kind of like an apply to face IPA-ish experience. It's almost similar to drinking like Danish macro brewed. No, it's better than those. It's definitely better than the Danish like macro IPAs. If you think of like Danish Carlsberg and Royal Unibrew interpretation of American IPAs that are stronger, this is actually better than those, especially in its hop flavor department. But in terms of a grade, it's not much higher than the early 80s, like from 80 to 83, in that realm maybe. I think, yeah, it's scoring, it's close to those Danish macro IPA interpretations. Kind of, I was thinking maybe this could be quite nice, but yeah, I'd rather just have Alai. So that's it. So if you guys had a chance to try Alai Light IPA from Cigar City or Canarchy or Monster Beverage Company, let me know what you thought of it. And as always, leave a comment, subscribe to the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I will say cheers in some very light and watery IPA. See you guys in the beer review.